Hello, and welcome to another episode of Turning Sparkly Cardboard Sideways. My name's Jimmy. Bancroft is behind the camera. And right here will be my personal phone number, 859-279-2405. If you have any questions, concerns, critiques on any deck profile or battles we post, please feel free to send me a message. Or if you just want to say hi or share some of your deck tech, deck list ideas, please send me a message, and I'll try to reply as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack on Protection. Today, I, Bancroft, will be joined by, 12s off the bat. What, hang on.
Roll back.
Yeah. I'm being joined by Jimmy and Jake from our locals.
What's up?
What's going on, everyone?
And today we have a duel, so me and Jimmy you guys have already seen, if you haven't yet, 2 days ago, me and Jimmy posted our duel between Soul Striker versus Slug, which kind of pulls a lot of Jimmy's resources, so he couldn't really show off the deck the way he wanted to, which is fine. So Jake and Jimmy decided to have a friendly duel outside of the tournament, and this is it.
Mm-hmm. Really didn't know what I was going up against. Like, I was familiar with Gotenks. I had played a variation of Gotenks before. I'd never played against Height of Mastery Gotenks. At least a variation like this. So I was confident that I had answers to what he was going to throw out, but I didn't know how early on I was going to need those answers. So my opening hand was I tried to build it for that, and it didn't really work out, and I was really what's the word? I guess I was kind of like scared at that point because I didn't know what was coming. But everything worked out, I think.
All right. Yeah. So I just spent turn one playing Fasto the Speed Hog here.
Yeah, that is correct.
Just a decent yellow 1-drop. It's usually pretty risky to board your 1-drops like that if they don't have barrier like the Bobbity does. But I've played against AoD lists enough to be confident that I'm going to get some use out of this hedgehog here.
Yeah, I don't mainboard Crisis Crusher. Honestly, my turn one, I want to put Bobbity or Bibbity, whichever one it is. Bobbity, I think it is. I want to board Bobbity, so throwing out a Crisis Crusher is not ideal, especially just to kill a double striker. So right there, turn one, put Bobbity on the board, swung with my lead, untapped, and then that gave me enough energy to play Garlic. I was just showing there that literally every single one of my Goku Blacks clumped.
Oof.
But for 1 energy, putting 3 battle cards on field is so much value for 1 attack, literally.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, I see your 1-drop double striker, and I put 3 cards on field, 1 being a searcher.
Yeah.
And you're not going to deal damage to me. Like, yeah. It's kind of absurd.
It's one of the better negates in the game, I would say.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I could actually see the a like green yellow deck running just Garlic and the Slug super combo, just because of how much value you get off of that. Like, it's absurd. Even if you don't run Bobbity, 2-drop negate that boards another 2-drop is not bad.
You could also it has to be a 2-drop AoD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Like, your other option is the Android 13, but he requires a agent leader. But if you don't want to run the Slug super combo and just want another 2-drop to target, you can run a couple of those just as a 15k beater. It would essentially be a vanilla in your deck, but still. You could possibly sideboard it for like a Janemba matchup because it does put cards back into the deck, I think.
That's an interesting tech.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it would be ideal, but it's certainly decent. Off my turn list, I grab another Garlic because it's good. There's nothing else I really want. Again, I was trying to play it safe because I didn't know exactly what I was looking at. You played the Bane of my existence. Samasu puts my leader in rest. that really, really hurts this deck. If you can target the leader, keep it in rest mode. Sin Shenron is really good at that. Any blue or yellow deck that's running Zamasu is good at that. AoD with I think it's the Bojack AoD puts your leader in rest mode.
Yep.
Yellow Bojack. Yep.
Yeah, like that's so devastating. Luckily, you didn't really disrupt the play. I could have played out my Android 13, then untap my energy to play another Garlic next turn. But then again, I was trying to play it safe, and I wanted to keep. I didn't want to risk anything.
And really, I just kept you from getting full value off of your turn.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And we've talked a lot on this channel about how powerful that Zamasu super combo is, and after the Bibbidi nerf, I think it might be the best super combo in the game if you can play it in your colors.
Yeah, I have no doubt in that. Like it's so good. I actually kind of find it difficult when I'm building decks now. Do I use the quality draw 2 super combos from set 11, or do I run Zamasu? Like, I've been looking at Blue Baby, and I don't know which one's better.
It's hard to make a case against either one, and that's what's so great about deck building right now. I think even though events aren't happening on a grand scale, I think the game environment is honestly quite fun. You can play almost anything and have a chance at winning. There's a lot of unique strategies coming out. Like, you're playing AoD in a Soul Striker Goku against Height of Mastery Gotenks. Like,
well, it's just Height of Mastery Broly. You know.
Oh yeah, it's Broly.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I've been really enjoying this kind of weird meta. Like, I feel like if this game does excel to the point, and see here, I board the slug, and then you say, "Nah, bro, you ain't boarding that slug."
At least not for free.
Yeah. Which I believe you would have to call that in window 1. Otherwise, I think you would have to drop cards, but I wasn't worried about it. This was a friendly game. So
Yeah.
If for sake of video purposes, let's say you called that in window 1.
Yeah, for future reference, those who aren't aware, something like that, it would have to be a blind call, because he could have brought out another turtle or something like that instead of the slug. He could have chose a different target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although in a friendly game, especially one where we haven't really seen each other's lists, I guess it's important to give your opponents and your friends the benefit of the doubt in situations like that.
I've always went with the philosophy of, if you allow your opponent to take back, you didn't take back anything. We just never called it out until now. But if you allow your opponent to take back minor mistakes that they make that doesn't really hurt you, they'll probably be much more willing to let you take back a mistake that could possibly lose you the game later on. So
it's good sportsmanship.
Oh yeah, of course. Now, if this was like a big regional, I probably would have stopped a game and be like, "Hey, bro, drop your cards."
I probably would have continued with the play and dropped cards had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But in the future of playing, I will just blind call play the Vegeta, because it is a blocker, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, even if you put Turles in rest mode and then swung into him, that's still good. Like, I was just going to use that slug as a beater and some small counterplay protection. So,
I was hoping you were going to get a Turles, and then I would counterplay and swing into it. That was my plan. And when you got slug, I was like, wow, he's forcing me to play my counterplays right now.
Yeah. I seen that Unison come out, and I didn't want you being able to rest my Abuni, because that was kind of the game plan I was going for, is trying to win with Abuni. I didn't want you rest moding him. So being able to bait a counterplay, I was really happy about getting that out of your hand early, which you do draw a fat hand with Gotenks. So I don't think it mattered in the grand scheme of things. I think you still had another in hand at one point. I don't know if you had it in hand at this moment.
I think I go search it up later, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that might be true. I think you board a second Planet Vegeta.
Spoilers.
Yeah. I'm charging my God Ceiling, mainly because I didn't have a Unison on board and it was just kind of dead in my hand. Honestly, I would never want to charge that. That card is way too good to be a road.
And charging one like that,
Yeah.
if you do have a second copy, pretty much telegraphs it to your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. I happen not to have one in my hand, and honestly, I didn't think about that. So that might have actually been some good mind games, just putting that in my energy, so you think I'm about to throw one out, even though I didn't have a Unison on board.
Yeah,
That's still something to think about.
I think you actually made a comment of I haven't seen a Unison yet and charged it, which told me kind of maybe he's got a second one, but if he does, it doesn't matter. And on the subject of fighting through counterplays, in Dragon Ball, in my experience, boarding small threats like the one drop double strikers or even just a 5k in a situation where you know your opponent has a counterplay is really the optimal route because you can always combo the rest of your hand if your opponent's at a low life total.
It's kind of in the same vein of that. I don't know if it was on like a webcam tournament game I seen or just somewhere I seen it. A invoker player was trying to activate his second ability. If you have a U7 on board, you look at your opponent's hand. Didn't have one on board, so he played his Beerus super combo to put one out there, and his opponent's like, "I'm not going to counterplay that. Like, why would I counterplay that?" And then he looked at his hand, ripped the counterplay, and then dropped his Rival Seeker into a 6-drop.
Oh no!
Yeah, like it's such a dirty play. Right there, I dropped Uneasy Alliance. The card it's fallen out of favor, but I still love that card. It let me pick up my my Garlic. Basically gave me a double negate. I still have one energy open left for it, so I can put another Garlic on board and possibly grab another Turles. I think I had like one Turles left in my deck because I drew into so many.
I think in red, blue, and blue, yellow lists, specifically colors that have a lot of ETB effects on their battle cards or like counterplays that you would want to reuse, like Garlic or Topo. I think Uneasy is really good, and he probably fell out of favor because multicolor in general kind of fell out of favor for a while until AoD kind of refreshed it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why we saw the reduction in Uneasy Alliance Goku usage.
I think that's a great point. I think he's too specific blue. I was just trying to think in my head, like, man, it would be really nice to play him in Baby. Be able to pick up all of my servants.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think he's still good at Baby, even if he is a specified 2.
Well, he's going to be very good in Mono Blue Baby come Set 11.
Of course. I don't think we caught this. Grandpa Gohan is not a Saiyan.
Successor of Hope is any lineage.
No,
card, right?
I'm referring to the 4-drop Bardock 8, the crit. He says you can't board non-yellow Saiyans.
Oh, you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, let's just pretend he's Bardock the Progenitor.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll pretend he's Bardock the Progenitor.
I'm gonna play another band card anyway, so.
Oh, there you go. I think I was saying they're joking. I think I was saying they're joking. I said when you activate a successor, I was like, oh, you gotta grab your Bardock.
Yep. You actually made a comment like, am I going to see Goten? And I thought for a while to play Goten or Gohan, and I was like, oh, well, I think I can do both.
How does it feel to finally play that card for the first time ever?
Yeah, this card has never been legal since I've been playing the game, and it feels amazing to board this card. Oh my god.
I have like small case of PTSD when it comes to that card.
You see it come to the board like, oh no.
Like I fought so hard to get a playset of that card when they first dropped.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, sweet. Now I just got to get Bardock's.
Oh, you did it twice. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god.
Is it
I didn't catch it at the time. I probably should have said something.
non-yellow Saiyans or non-yellow battle cards?
Non-yellow Saiyans.
Oof. Rough.
Yeah, that's why you can't
Do
put.
it. No, you don't do it at third. You don't do it at third. Okay, good.
No, Planet
Could you put Planet Vegeta out there as well?
It's not a battle card.
You
You can't board
activate-
Unisons.
You activate.
Oh
extra
yeah,
cards
that is. You activate the extra
Yeah.
card. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I actually made a comment to someone at our locals, like, man, I wish I could play extra cards, but I've got this on the board, and they were like, well, you activate extra cards, so you can still use your extra cards. I was like, oh, well, then I need to make some changes to my deck.
Just to say, I feel like there would have only been like 3 potential people who would have told you that. Me, Jimmy, or Fluff.
It was fun.
Okay. Because I do remember heavily looking into like the difference between playing an extra card back in the day and a battle card, and like what's the difference between them. One is activating, you know.
Well, in my tenure, it's never come up until the Bardock ape here.
I feel like that's an odd permanent on that Bardock Ape. Like I feel like they put that there just so it's not as generically good as Raiders Warcry. But like
It doesn't really like the only cards in the deck it prevents you from playing are, ironically enough, your grandpa, and you have to make sure you have a unison before you board it. That's really the only thing it messes with.
Not a battle card.
I did not get my untap. Which I mean my leader untaps, but I
Yeah.
was hoping to be able to pass turn with 3 energy open.
So
And plus having a boony and knowing that I can untap an energy at the start of your next main phase allows me to be
Go
more
hard.
willy-nilly with my 2 untapped energy from my leader.
yeah. And the reason I shuffled there is because of a weird rules interaction. It's weird that I messed up a very simple rule that's on the board and know this niche rule. But if a card is revealed from the top of your deck and is not added to your hand, unless the card that revealed it specifically says to keep it on top, you have to shuffle your deck. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Alright, so now the grandpa's gone. Don't worry about misplaying him ever again.
There's always next week.
I'll call it out next week for sure.
Yeah. See, the only thing, so I was actually gonna say, you couldn't be able to do it, but then you paid that last energy for a field card. I'm like, oh well, there's the extra energy he would have had, but then you play another 2-drop, and I'm like, oh, well, he would have had tap. You would have had tap to bring up both of those battle cards.
Yeah. It affects the game, but there is an Obuni on the other side of the board, so we'll see what happens to me.
Maybe the editor would just like edit out your ape until it really mattered and put it back on there all of a sudden.
Bancroft.
What?
You're the editor.
It's really hard to hear you for some reason, man. So you're passing turn there. You still got your 2 energies standing up. Jake has a pretty decent board right now.
Is my mic good now?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay. Hey, blue microphones. Try to make a good blue Yeti. Like, just try to. Like, put a little bit of effort in your next microphone, please. Thank you.
Did you go to
Oh.
Walmart to get it?
I thought you passed for some reason. That's my bad.
No, I did not pass. No, I was thinking.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're
put
still
the French flag over here, Editor Bancroft.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Going all out right here.
Yeah.
Is it enough? Well, 1 minute, 30 seconds left. It might just be.
That's a spoiler, Bancroft.
Nah, they can see it. But I'm only assuming because how much time is left over. And you just mute. Yep, there it is. So, it's a good thing you didn't leave Grandpa in the field and try to block with it.
Does he have blocker?
And, yes.
Oh, man.
And I will also say that you didn't use any of that last energy. You used your time magic from your life, which we all know you're familiar with doing. So you know what? It's like it didn't even change the game phase because you would have had to pay 4 energy to bring both the battle cards out. You didn't tap any extra battle cards. I think it's good. We're clean.
Sold.
So, with that being said, there is the Soul Striker for y'all. We, as you saw last week, we did profile the Lineage deck. Looks like Jake has made a slight adjustment to add in the Gotenks as well. Is there anything you took out for that you can think of top of your head?
I took out a Vegeta's Final Flash and one of the Bardock negates.
Okay. So, but there you have it. Today's duel for you all. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like always, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like, subscribe button. Hit that bell. It'll let you know when we have more stuff coming your way as well. And I guess I should let you guys say something if you want to say something.
Hey, Jake, you want to do the outro?
Bancroft, take us out, man.
Oh, just skip right to me. I appreciate it. Like always, read your cards, know your place.
It's probably the clap.
Read your cards.
Remember the vote.
Yeah, there we go. That's my outro. Remember to vote.
Read your cards, know your place. And like always, fluff out.